What's good? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast coming to you via the YouTube airways. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. And today, man, we got a great show lined up for you guys. But when you come across the video, do me a favor. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you'll know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And if it's your first time coming across the platform and you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, post your comment, share the video out, give the video a thumbs up. I see everybody in the comment section, hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. For today's show, man, we're going to get right off into it. We're going to take this one back up to Boulder, Colorado. Now, you guys know I've been covering the Deion Sanders story ever since he took over the Colorado Buffaloes back in December of 2022. Covered them from the first game after they beat TCU. Deion Sanders and the troops won that game. So they jumped off to a 1-0 start. And then after the game, Deion Sanders had his post-game press conference. And he was talking to the reporters. And some of the reporters was asking him questions. He said, "Oh, I got receipts. I got receipts. Y'all believe now. Y'all believe now." And then after that post-game press conference, a lot of people took exception to what Deion Sanders was saying, taking away from what the kids was doing and making it all about himself. And, critics came out and said Deion should have handled the post-game press conference a little different, took away from what the kids achieved on the field that day. And, the critics came out in full force, blasted him for his post-game press conference. So, the sports world and college football have been following, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. Basically, it was a national spectacle. Deion Sanders had the entrepreneurs up there. He had rappers in the locker room, rappers bringing the Colorado Buffaloes out on the field, had celebrities. The sidelines was packed. Colorado started off to a 3-0 start. They started off hot, and the football world in college was on a buzz. The city of Boulder, Colorado, was enjoying everything that team was bringing at that time. The revenue with the businesses, all the home games was sold out. So Deion Sanders and them and the Colorado Buffaloes, man, they got off to a hot start, 3-0. Did a great job, was turning that program around. What happened was the previous year before, they only won one game. The first three games, they exceeded that by two. But they did finish the season off 4-8, and a lot of games leading up to their potential matchups them following weeks, had head coaches saying different things. And you guys remember the clash between the in-state Colorado Buffaloes and the Colorado State Rams brought everybody's attention because of their head coach, Jay Norvell. He had his post-game press conference. Well, not the post-game press conference. He had his press conference leading up to that week. And they asked him a few questions. And we know how Deion is. Deion had the sunglasses, the hat, and he would speak to the media. And Jay Norvell was asked about that. He said, "Well, I told my men, I'm a grown man. When I talk to a room full of grown men, I take my glasses and hat off and I look them eye to eye to address them. That's how my mama raised me." So, in light of that, the word got back to Deion. He was in practice, and you guys already seen the clip. He was in practice telling his guys, like, "Look, we trying to get focused for a game, and they still talking about us, man. We minding our own business, and they still talking about us. We trying to get prepared for this week's matchup, and they still talking about us." So, like I told you guys, a lot of people say, well, Deion is not going to respond to none of these people when they say negative things about Deion. But if you listen to Deion's post-game press conferences after every game, listen to the words and the way he articulates, he is basically sending stern warnings to the people that are taking these shots at him. There was an incident that, Jason Whitlock had said some foul words, but Deion responded. If you listen to his post-game press conference, Deion basically responded to Jason Whitlock without saying his name. And some of the other critics, such as Paul Feinbein, Danny Cannell, and things like that, Deion was basically talking about them people without saying their name. So I don't know if you guys have been following the docuseries Coach Prime, that's on Prime. There was a clip in there that after the Colorado State game, when the coaches meet, midfield after the game to give their congratulations to each other, there was a clip in that Coach Prime docuseries that was overheard when Jay Norvell and Deion Sanders met at midfield on the exchange. And you remember the words that Jay Norvell said. And when they met, this is what transpired. Take a listen.
Congratulations. And I was never talking about your family. I was talking about my mom.
So you heard what Jay Norvell said. He told him congratulations, but at the same time, he said, I was never talking about your family. And what happened was Deion Sanders said, yes, you were. You was talking about my mama. So when you guys say that Deion Sanders don't respond, Deion Sanders does respond to his critics, man. He does respond to his critics. He does, get in his little subtle jabs when he gets a chance, but he does respond. And in the background, if you guys saw in that clip, Shedeur Sanders, he actually started flexing his watch. He turned his back because, Shedeur took it personal because now you're talking about my grandmother. So that was a clip that was seen in the, Coach Prime. So you guys go check that out on Prime Video. But now it's went a step further. Now Jay Norvell's wife has taken to her Twitter and she has come out and said some derogatory things about Shedeur Sanders. This is what she had to say. Kim Norvell, Shedeur acted like a bee when Jay turned his back after trying to talk to his dad and held up his watch. So basically, when they engaged, Shedeur turned his back because he wasn't having none of that. So this is what, Jay Norvell's wife saw in that clip. So she went to her Twitter and this is what she had to say. She said some harsh words about Shedeur. So now that it's out there on Prime and you see the interaction, Deion had to respond to Jay Norvell when he saw him face to face. And this is basically what Deion Sanders said. So any chance that these people can take a shot at Deion Sanders and, get away with it. But Deion, he approached it, in high regards. He just responded. And this is what he had to say, man. So like I tell people, man, Colorado was a hot commodity this year, had the football world on blaze in college. And now that the recruiting process and the commitments and all the decommits, everything's starting to, work in Deion Sanders' favors. He told everybody they coming. But, the constant disrespect to the Sanders family, Deion himself and the kids, you getting kids involved. So Kim Norvell, you should have never went to your Twitter handle and, expressed that. You could have kept that between you and your husband if you felt that way, but you came out on your Twitter X and that's what you had to say. I don't know what your fan base is. I don't know how many people saw that, but I saw it. And that's why I'm showing my viewers exactly what you said about Shedeur Sanders. But it's unfortunate, man. Things happen, but she's a grown adult and taking a subtle shot at a kid like that, we don't have no place for that. But guys, I want to know how you feel. Post your comments below. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Keep supporting the channel, man. Keep giving the video a thumbs up, share it out. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.